Hello crochet fans and friends, this is Lady Jana and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something very exciting to share with you. I have rewritten this crochet pattern. If you've purchased this crochet pattern from Dollarama, this is the box and this is how the pattern looks. A lot of you have commented that you are having some issues reading this. I have rewritten this pattern. I will leave the link in the description down below so that you can access this pattern for free on my website. I have a little bit of a blog website that I'm creating. It's still in the process, but it will be there. Now, I will going to show you in this video how to read my pattern, and also I'm going to be showing you how to change colors. There's lots of color changes in this pattern. If you notice, both arms, legs, and also the horns, they have 2 to 3 colors, and also the face. So we'll be providing you some assembly instructions, but not the whole thing, because I do not want this video to be very long for you guys. This is my little giraffe that I made at the time. Whenever you rewrite a pattern, you always need to test it. So to test it, I did not have any yellow color or brownish color. So what I did is I changed the color, which is perfectly fine. So my giraffe will actually be orange, white, and gray. This is the giraffe rewritten, and it's from Dollarama, Crochet Your Own Giraffe. I did list all of the materials that you need. If you don't have the kit, you can use your own crochet, yarn, and this is what I used. We've got the abbreviations that you'll need to use. Abbreviations are row, single crochet, stitch, increase, decrease, chain, and you've got your little note, the pattern. So this is the body. The body I've already made, so I'm not going to explain to you how to read the body, but I have not yet done the head. In the head, this is where we do see color change, and this is where I'm going to explain everything to you. So let's start. So the first thing we start with is the white color. Row 1, 6 single crochet in a magic ring. So first thing you do is you start with your magic ring. Like this, and then you do 6 single crochets. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's possible I'm going to be speeding up the video because I don't want this to be very long. If you need to see things slower, you can slow down the video. So pull your tail, and then we're going to start our row 2. Row 2 says 6 single crochet, increase. Mark the first stitch of the row that I'm doing. So this is my first stitch, and I continue with increasing 6 times. First increase, go to the next stitch. 1, 2, it's my second increase, and then 1, 2, my third increase. 1, 2, my fourth. Round 2, my fifth, and this will be my last increase. Now I should have 12 single crochet. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My row 2 is complete. So for row 3, you're going to be doing 2 single crochet and then an increase 4 times. So let's do that. 2 single crochets. 1, don't forget to mark your first stitch. 2, and then an increase. 1, 2, and then an increase. 1, 2, and then increase. 1, 2, and then increase. And that was 4 times. It should give us a total of 16 stitches. So let's count. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we do have our 16. Do one more row with you. The 4th row, 3 single crochet, increase. You do this 4 times. So this is 1. Don't forget your stitch marker. 2, 3, and then your increase. And again, 1, 2, 3, and then you increase. Continue. 1, 2, 3, and you increase. 1, 2, 3, and you increase. Now this row 4, we should have 20 stitches. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we've got our 20 stitches. So I've just explained to you the first 4 rows. The rest is done exactly the same thing. Don't forget to close the middle. Now would be a good time to weave this tail onto the back. It's time to learn how to change color. In the pattern, we start changing color on row 10. So the way it is done, the way it is started, it's always started from the last stitch of the previous row. The previous row is row number 9, and on the 24th stitch, this is where we start changing colors. This is my 24th stitch from row 9. So what I'm going to do is I will undo the full stitch like this. So this is stitch number 23. Now we're going to start the single crochet like this. We pull, and instead of pulling the white yarn, we're going to pull the new color. The new color in this case would be yellow, but since I don't have yellow, I'm going to be using orange. So you do a loop, you pull through, and that again will complete stitch number 24 on the row 9. And from here we start our row 10. So our row 10, we need to do 24 single crochets, and let's give that a start. So this is our first stitch. We're going to place a stitch marker always. Now make sure to pull the yarn, okay, so it stays tight. The yarn needs to be pulled so it looks like all of the other stitches. Since the white yarn we no longer need, I can cut it like this. Now let's do the complete row, and then I'll explain to you what you do with these. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Row 10 is complete. What we do with the tails. These are our 2 tails remaining. So again, you just pull to make sure that it's all secure, and then you just knot them together like this. Just create a knot. These will not go anywhere. They will not be seen. You just keep them into the work like this. When you stuff it, they will be there and nobody will know. So that's how easy it is. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you is how to do decreases. So we'll do row 11 and row 12 together. Row 11, we're going to do 4 single crochets followed by a decrease 4 times. As simple as this. So let's go ahead and start doing it. 4 single crochets. 1, oh, don't forget, mark the first stitch. 2, 3, 4. 4 single crochets. Now you can either do a normal decrease or an invisible one. Since you are a beginner, just do a normal decrease, but invisible decrease do exist. I will be creating a video on this a little bit later on this year, but for right now, let's concentrate and let's do our first decrease. Pick up a stitch, yarn over, pull, pick up another stitch, yarn over, pull, and then complete your single crochet. From there, we do 4 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our decrease. And we continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we decrease. So the pattern is read the same way as when you increase. I think that with this explanation you should understand. I'm going to be finishing the head. Once the head is finished, then we're going to assemble everything. Now what's important is that this portion is the one that's going to be sewn into the giraffe. So what's important is to leave a long tail from the start. So I'm going to do my slip knot. Further down my yarn. This is what I'm going to keep. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. And then I start my chain. So this is why here, if you look at, I have a long tail, is because I left a long tail before I did my slip knot. So let's chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The next step, you're going to do a single crochet in the second chain from hook. So this is 1 and this is 2. So this is 2 would be right here. And we do our single crochet. Like this. And this knot, I will put a stitch marker because at the end I'm going to rejoin to this stitch. Then I'm going to do another single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so this is what's considered the hard part. Now, you see how you make single crochets? There's this little loop that's left. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn and you're going to do a single crochet. You're going to pick up that loop. There's 2. 1, and then you're going to pick up the second one, which is right here. This takes a little bit of practice. 2, and then we go back to the first chain, the first stitch we made, which is marked by my stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker, remember where the stitch is, and you're going to slip stitch in that stitch marker, in that chain. And there you go. So this is your tail. Cut your yarn. Like this. And then this part, I just cut my yarn, pull it through. And this part of my tail, I'm going to weave it in. So weave it into your work. And the other long tail that it's left, this is what I'm going to use to attach my tail to my giraffe. To assemble the legs and the arms, I like to crochet them together like this. And I do the same things for the arms, the leg, and the horns. Take the opening, squish it together like this. Well, not squishing, but... And then you're going to take your yarn and you're going to weave them through and attach it together like this. Pull, and then sew it from top to bottom, like pull, top to bottom, pull, and again at the end, and pull. This is my face, and this is my body. The face, I did sew the end together. I wanted to show you, but I forgot. I did it in I did it in advance instead of showing you. But basically what you do is, if you take this, same thing. You're not going to do this to the body though, but I'm just going to show you what you needed to do with the head. Going to take your needle and you're going to go through all of the front loops. This is a front loop. You go in and then you come back to the other one, go back like this all the way through. And then once you've got done all of the loops, you pull it like this. It will close like this, through the middle, out where the orange is, or in your case the yellow, and then you just weave it through your work. And that's how I closed it. Anytime that I assemble, I always pin everything first. This will be our back, and this is our front. And I do know for a fact that I want my horns to be right there, so I'm just going to pin it in place. I'm going to figure out how everything is going to be sewn together. It's not perfect, I'll just move it, but that is where it's going to go. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the horns right now. What I'm worried about is where I'm going to place the arms. We're going to start with the arms, and then we're going to continue with the body. You can't sew it like this, but you would need to sew it like this. I will stitch it together like so. However, my arms do go here. If I stitch this like this before I add my arms, I'm going to have some difficulties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my arms. So the arms needs to be on each side. And also the arms can be a little bit more on the front. Okay, if I look at this way, it's not bad. I just want it to be the same height as much as possible. Where I placed it, this is my first row from the top. And it's just like on the second row from the top. I think I'm going to be satisfied with this. I'm going to sew my arms in place. Sewing is not easy for me. The way that I do this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my arm first, pull it through, into my body, where my body is. But I'm going to send my needle down that way. And then that's my first stitch. I take my needle, I can actually remove this, and from where it is, I go down my arm, and then I pull it up, and that's attached. And again, I go into the body, just underneath the arm, and I go diagonal, and then I tighten, and then from where the yarn is, I'm going to go through my arm, and I'm going to pull. And then again, I'm going to go under the arm, but diagonally. And then I'm going to reach underneath, and I'm going to pull up. And then since I'm right at the end, I'm going to pick up the arm right here. And I'm going to pull, and then again, go straight down. And I pull again. So you do this until your arm is secure. Once your arm is fully secured, then you just weave your yarn in, and also you can do a little stitches on the bottom. Let me just do my other arm. We will talk about how to close this and how to attach it to the head. Now that both of my arms are attached to my body, I will close up this portion. We're going to close this up like we did the arms. Oh, I've got a knot. And then we continue. We close up everything. Now that this is closed, place my legs on the table and see how I like them. So I'm just going to take a pin, and I'm gonna see if I can actually pin this the way I like it. This is where I'm going to be attaching my legs, and I'm going to do the same things as I did my arms. I'm going to sew this to my head the same way, and right at the edge of the orange yarn. Do not stuff your ears ever. You need to shape the ears. To shape the ears, grab both ends and bring them in the middle, and then you sew this together, and this will shape the ear. Fold it to the middle, grab my yarn and pull it through once, like this, and one more time. Now that that part is secure, I'm going to fold the other end on top, and again I'm going to sew this together. So this is my ear. So you're going to sew these on each side, and I always go towards a little bit towards the back, but then again you just pin it, place both ears, and also what you can do is also place the horns, so you know what you're doing. Like pre-place everything before you start sewing, so it looks like this. Okay, and also the ears are sewn the same way, just the same technique. There are other techniques out there, but start with one. One thing I wanted to show you is that after I've attached this part to the head, now I did come here and attach part of the front, see, like this, so that it stops from flopping. So you pull it and it stays in place. And then what you do with your yarn after is you pull it through the whole body, pull it, and see how, pull it tight. And then you weave this portion on the back. So I weave it here a little, pull it, and then I'm going to bring it closer to the head so that it shows less. And then I just finish weaving here and cut my yarn, and I'm done with this portion. Here are my legs. I just completed sewing the ears. The ears were not easy to sew, were not easy to place. This is the front, how it looks like, and this is the back. See how they're a little bit more in the back. And there's a few points of sewing for the ears. You have to sew them from the back, but if you only sew them from the back, they're going to be floppy. So you've got to come in front and you've got to sew the front so they stay like this. If not, they're going to be all floppy. When it comes to facial features, a trick that I started to do is I started to pin where I want my eyes to be to see approximately how they would look like. The eyes, the nostrils, and then the mouth. This is why embroidery is important to know when you do amigurumi or any type of crochet project. As for the tail, the way that I secured the tail, I went through up to the front. If you notice, I have sort of a little belly button. It's gray. So the needle came out, secured, went back in right next to it, the closest that I could get. And then again, I went through here. From here, I went down to the leg and then came up and I weaved my yarn through the leg here and I cut my yarn. To add the hairs on the top of the head, what I do is I cut a bunch of yarn, whatever length. I decided to use this length because you'll have to trim it afterwards anyways. You bring both of the ends together like this and this will form a loop. Go to the top of your head, then use the thread you cut and bring it through like this, and then take your ends, go through the hoop, pull, and that's how you add hair. So once you've done a few or a couple or how many you want, it looks nice, you can actually go ahead and trim this. So this is how I'm going to be adding hair to my giraffe. There you go, guys. This is my giraffe all completed. Let's look at the back. And this is the first one that I made. Which one do you prefer the most? The first one or the second one? Let me know in the comment section. Also, guys, I did not mean to do this long of a video. My video was just to introduce or just to let you know that I was going to rewrite the giraffe pattern for you guys and post it on my blog. I will be rewriting next the elephant. Hopefully that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourself a great day. Take care. See you in the next video.